What's up, guys? It's Salvajee. Here's my Boruto episode 29 review. So the purpose of my Boruto episode reviews is for me to give you guys my opinions, and my opinions only, on what I liked and disliked about the episode. If you don't want to hear what I disliked about the episode, alright, then just click off the video. Then just don't watch my Boruto episode reviews, or don't watch any Boruto episode reviews, alright? Look, guys, let me break it to you guys. Let me break it down for you guys this way. If I only talk about what I liked about the episode, then I am seen as a Boruto fanboy. If I only talk about what I disliked about the episode, then I am quote unquote complaining about the episode. So what I try to do is I try to, meet you guys out in the middle and talk about what I liked and disliked about the episode. Okay? I'm just letting you guys know that basic stuff and that basic knowledge, because I had this guy that got really triggered last week because I was talking about things that I disliked about the episode. So yeah, guys, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about my Boruto episode 29 review. If you're new here, again, I'm going to talk about what I liked about the episode and what I disliked about the episode. Just because I dislike something doesn't mean that you're going to dislike it as well. Keep that in mind. These are just my opinions of the episode. Okay, so episode 29. As you guys know, I was really disappointed with episode 28, and a lot of you guys were also disappointed with episode 28. I mean, last week's episode review did great. 10 dislikes, 11 likes, like 600 views or something like that. A lot of you guys agreed with me, and a lot of you guys were just little pussies that, just wanted to ride the bandwagon and just wanted to dislike the video because you have a sheep mentality, and you don't want to admit that the Boruto anime is just becoming really bad. But the point is, guys, that I was really looking forward to episode 29 because I knew it was going to be a redemption type episode. I knew that it was going to be better than episode 28 because, of course, episode 28 was a build-up episode, just like I said at the beginning of my episode at the end, of my episode 28 review. But with that said, how did episode 29 stack up? I want to start off this episode review by talking about what I disliked about episode 29, and then we're going to get into some of the things that I liked about episode 29. Anyways, one of the things that I disliked about episode 29 is that it keeps on doing what the Boruto anime just does best, and that is just delaying things, delaying the action. Alright, and the reality is, the majority of you guys highly agreed with me on last week's Boruto episode review. Like, the anime just has a lot of talking and not a lot of action. Now, keep in mind, when I take a look at the Boruto anime, I try to ignore that it's a continuation of Naruto, and I don't put the expectations that I had in Naruto in the Boruto anime. But in this episode, when it came down to action, all we got to see is just, like, what, 2 seconds of action when the Mizukage just draws out his sword and that's it. Pretty much the rest of the anime was just talk, 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 and talk. Now, of course, this basically means that episode 29 is a build-up episode that is, of course, going to make the upcoming episodes kind of like tie themselves together. Episode 29, in my opinion, was just one of those episodes where it's like, okay, like, we're just going to set things up for every single fight like that. The upcoming episodes are just going to be action, action, action. But honestly, guys, we're definitely going to have to see about that. I actually didn't heavily dislike this episode, just like, like episode 28, because I actually just accepted the fact that it was going to be a build-up episode from the beginning. Like, when episode 29 started, I was like, okay, this is just going to be one of those episodes where they just talk and talk and talk and not a lot of crazy things happen. But at the end of the day, I'm actually really glad that it's going to be like this in this episode, because that means that episode 30, it's actually going to be action, action, action. So, yeah, guys, those, that's basically what I disliked about episode 29, that it didn't have the action that I'm pretty sure we all expected it was going to have. But now we're going to talk about what I liked about the episode. I actually, the number one thing that I liked about episode 29 is also what I disliked about episode 29. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is I'm actually really, really glad that this episode took the time to set up all of the fights. Because one thing that I didn't want is, of course, to, for us to have the fights and then to just have constant dialogue and dialogue and dialogue all over the place, okay? In my opinion, like, looking at things from my perspective, I believe that the next 30 episodes that we're going to get, like the episodes that we're going to be getting ahead of time in the next couple of weeks, are actually going to be pretty good and are going to have some pretty decent action. Now, another thing that I really liked about this episode is, of course, how everything just came together. Mitsuki, Enojin, Shikadai, Suigetsu. Really, really glad to see Suigetsu again, honestly. I always really liked Suigetsu, honestly. I thought he was a pretty cool character. pretty chill, you know, kind of like that supporting character that just makes, you know, that character shine more. I'm talking about Sasuke, I'm talking about Mitsuki in this point. Anyways, that's basically all that I liked about episode 29, guys. The fact that it was just a build-up episode, but at the same time, I also disliked the fact that episode 29 was kind of like a build-up episode and didn't really have a lot of action. I do have to say though, you know, and I'm really just honestly speaking when it comes down to this, right? I do have to say I'm getting really tired of the Boruto episode formula. And what I mean by that is I'm getting really tired that, you know, we get episodes where it's just a lot of dialogue and not a lot of action, and, you know, a lot of dialogue and not a lot of action. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to give the Boruto series 3 more chances. Okay, and if the next 3 episodes that we get in the Boruto anime are just talk and not a lot of action, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop reviewing every single episode. Okay, my plans with the Boruto episode reviews when I first started doing them is this. Like, what I was thinking is, okay, I'm going to review the episodes that have a lot of actions because I don't want to review boring episodes. Like, when I want to do an episode review, I want my episode review to be like 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long. I don't want it to be like 4 minutes, because that just feels like I was just lazy when it came down to the episode review. You guys know what I mean? And plus, I don't want to do any unnecessary talk. Like, I don't want to drag out the video for longer than it needs to be. So yeah, if the next 3 episodes are just really bad, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to be reviewing episodes that actually have action instead of episodes that are just slice of life episode with a couple of little action moments. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Boruto episode review. If you enjoyed it, of course, drop a like, subscribe to join the Salvajee cartel, and I'll be seeing you guys on my next video. Peace out, and thank you very much for tuning in.